So in this video, we are going to show you how to change a spare wheel on a Mk3 Polo. Okay then, so the first thing you want to do is locate the tools and the spare wheels which are in the boot compartment. Open up the boot, and under the carpet you will find the tool compartment, where you will find your tools and your spare wheel, and then out comes your space saver. Some models do have a warning triangle provided, which is probably always useful to use. Obviously all the normal safety things apply. Make sure you're on level ground, make sure the handbrake's on, make sure it's in first gear or reverse gear, or if it's in park for an automatic. And just make sure you're generally safe around traffic. Try and do it in a lay-by or anything. Make sure you're not putting yourself in any danger on the road. So the first thing you want to do before you jack the car up is actually undo the wheel nuts half a turn. So in your toolbox you will find a wheel brace, and all you want to do is literally just crack them off. You shouldn't need to stand on it, they shouldn't be that tight, but it's just, you won't be able to do this when the wheel is up in the air. There we go. That's all four cracked off now. Only about half a turn, don't do them any more than that. Then you can jack it up and you should be able to get them out the rest of the way. So it is super important to know where to jack the car up to. And on this particular Mk3 Polo, we've got the front wheel here, and then come back from the front wheel and you'll have a dent here, an indentation. That will show you where you need to put the jack on the seal point. So opposite the indentation, which is here, indentation is here, you put the jack here. Okay, so all you do is get your jack and your jack handle from your toolkit. Have it this way around, so this bit is up against the seal, protects the seal. You know you've got the jack in the right position then. So you place the jack on the floor and start winding it up using the handle. Make sure that it is in line with our indentation, which is here. Just make sure that it slots into that seal line, and then the car will start to rise up. And then you can get your jack handle What have you done that? There we go. You just go until the wheel is just off the ground, and then you know you've got enough clearance. Obviously, if this tyre is going to be flat, then you'll have to do it quite a bit more for the new tyre to go on, because you'll need that extra clearance. But for now, that's plenty. Once you've got the car jacked up, it's just a case of coming back to the wheel nuts again. Studs. If it's a bit stuck, you might have to give it a bit of a kick or a bit of a wobble. And then just like that, that's your wheel off. With this particular vehicle, it's got a space saver in. So you got a maximum of 50 miles an hour, and this is only temporary just to get you out of trouble. place it onto the hub. Make sure that the holes are roughly lined up. Only do them by hand to begin with, just to make sure you're not cross-threading them in there or anything. Once you've got them all in there by hand, you can then just tweak them up with the wheel jack. As you can see on the tyre, it does say for temporary use only. You might also find that this might not be 100% up to pressure. So it has got pressure on there, 50 PSI maximum. So as soon as you get a chance, you're probably better off stopping at a garage as well. Just check to make sure the pressure in here is correct. But this will get you moving for a start. But just tweak them up to begin with, because you won't be able to turn them very far because the wheel's quite freewheeling because it's off the ground. And then it's just a case of letting the jack back down again. And then once your jack is down and the car is back on the ground, you can go back and make sure that these are tight. You don't need to jump up and down on them, just a nice firm push. You can go diagonally just to make sure everything stays even. Nice firm push. And then one last check round, just to make sure that I'm happy with them and I'm happy with them. There we go. Then it's just a matter of putting your tools back in your toolbox again, packing your jack away, packing all your stuff back into the boot, put your flat tyre back in the boot, or whatever tyre you're changing, and then you can carry on back down the road again. Make sure you get this changed as soon as you can and get your other tyre back on here.